Hello, welcome to Nerdisms with Day, who is me. I am here with my friend Aaron.
Yo.
This is my first episode of my podcast, which is basically where I get to sit down with friends of mine and talk to them about the thing that they really love. Be something nerdy, it's whatever. It's whatever is non-restrictive. I like doing stuff like this. So I thought, hey, why not? This year, that's what I'm doing. So, Aaron.
Yes. That's me.
What was like your first thing that you were like super nerdy about?
Definitely a video game.
What was the first, what got you in there?
To be honest.
You can just, you unfiltered, you just do whatever.
Well, I have to really think about it because the first thing I've ever had was like a Nintendo.
Of
like
course.
everybody else.
Of course.
We eventually got like a Sega.
Yeah, me too. Yes,
so
too.
it was Mario. Mario, Donkey
I think
Kong.
that's kind of like everyone's like the first one. You know, if you were like a 90s kid or whatever, that was kind of our...
Yeah.
Yeah. Mario.
But my first thing that I ever personally owned was my Game Boy with Pokemon.
Of course.
So
I think I had blue.
My first.
But yeah.
I want to say I had red and my brother had blue. Mm-hmm. Or it might have been vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But I know he ended up getting Pokemon from his real mom and I was really pissed off about it because I wanted fucking yellow version.
Aww.
This is rude. But I just remember playing a lot of like Kirby and it just kind of evolved from there. And I kind of just like been more adamant about playing similar games to when I was a kid.
It's like platformers based, kind of. Some of them are,
Kind
but
of.
Zelda is like a different thing completely. But like you started on platformers basically.
Yeah.
Which are
Which
fun.
I feel like most people did because that's mostly what was out.
Still, there's like a whole bunch of platformers
Yeah.
coming out, especially on Steam. I don't know, it's just really cool. They're not, some of them can be really freaking hard, but at the same time, I don't know, it's like a fun little thing you can do. What are you like nerdy about now? What is your thing that you're like really
It's
into
still
right now?
kind of video games, but it's more so lately been like drag and anything RuPaul
Of course.
Drag Race Girls.
RuPaul is amazing.
And to be honest, pop music.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know we all listen to pop music, and me especially, growing up with mostly just pop and some rock and stuff. But like, as far as pop culture goes, I feel like I'm more like divulged into it, not to where the point where I'm following the Kardashians or
Oh God,
yeah,
no. God no.
or watching Real Housewives of such and such because I
get
could
into
care less
that,
about
like,
people's
no,
personal
thank
lives.
you.
But I have enough knowledge to know like what good movies are, even if like other people don't like them for some reason. I can always find like that one scene that's just like the most perfect scene in the worst movie ever, and just kind of like let people know about it and like take those quotes and use them in like everyday life. Pop culture, yay.
Pop culture is great.
And-
as much flack it as it gets,
God.
it's pretty great.
And like as far as pop music goes, I just feel like I don't know, maybe it's just the drag queen in me that just kind of can like take pop music as what it is and kind of like interpret it.
Interpret it? Is that
Yeah.
the word you're looking for?
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
can't talk right now.
I know.
And kind of like take it and make it what I want to make it as far as like performing goes.
Yeah.
Because I know I've been practicing a lot of performing and I'm hoping to have my next performance soon. I've only ever done one. So for me to actually like sit and listen to the song over and over and over again to kind of like really absorb it for everything, every lyric, every beat, every like emotion that's in that song kind of like really like drives me to want to be me.
Yeah.
As cheesy as that sounds.
No, I think that's a good thing to aspire to do. Because you don't want to be anybody else. Because, you know, I would hope not.
No, it's already hard enough being me. I don't want to try to be someone else.
Yeah. Some people do try, but I don't think...
They don't succeed.
They don't. That or this.
People
they get kind of creepy.
Oh, you're talking creep.
Yeah, man. There are some creepy people out there.
I mean, you're not lying.
I know from experience. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but
that's for another time. It's another discussion. So what was your favorite like pop star, I guess? Like when you kind of were really starting to get into pop. Maybe when you were younger.
Younger, probably have to say. I don't want to say Lady Gaga because that's
that's not too younger. That's okay, more so teenage, younger than that.
I don't know, maybe Britney.
Mm-hmm.
Because
sure.
like when
she was my first like introduction to that type of stuff. Yeah, like. You know, before like she shaved her head and
One
shit.
More Time.
Exactly.
And Oops, I Did It Again.
That was good stuff right there.
Those were very good
Those were good stuff. But you like her now still too, right?
I mean, for the most part, I feel like it's just kind of starting to get a little bit repetitive. But
yeah.
That's nothing wrong with her and her music. Mm-hmm. It's just, for me, like I want something new, something fresh. Mm-hmm. Like, when it sounds like all the music starting to mix together, just sound almost the same. It's kind of like...
Yeah, maybe you take a step back.
Then I feel like I'll stop listening to that person for a while, then come back to it and be like,
that's happened
this
to
is
me
actually
a whole
really
bunch.
good song.
Yeah.
Like, especially with songs now, like, to be honest, when Ariana Grande, like, first came out with, like, her music, and, like, started really becoming a thing, I did not want to listen to her. But now
I haven't really listened to her. Like, I think I listened to, like, when she was first just, like, on YouTube or whatever, doing her covers or whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah, she has a nice voice. I like her.
When she was on Nickelodeon.
And on Nickelodeon, on Victorious. She's adorable. She's a completely different person now. Completely different person.
Now she's talking about
all kinds of stuff.
Having her walking side to side because she got it too hard. She got it too hard. But, like... Now I find myself, like, obsessed with her. And, like, I love all of her music. Like, that's what I'm trying to base a lot of my performance around right now.
Her music.
So it's, like, it's really weird to, like, from going to I don't want to listen to her because she sounds
like,
so much like
her shit.
Mariah Carey and all these
other people. She does, yeah. Because the way she
actually,
sings.
like, listening to her, like, the emotion she's putting into these songs, even though they sound crazy because of...
the words lyrics, and shit. Yeah, them words are like
actually hearing her, like, her inner voice just kind of like unleashed. It's just like, oh my god, what was I thinking back then? Like, she's amazing.
Is there anything that, like, people you grew up with were super into that you just could not get behind?
Sports.
Oh yeah, I get that. Because I got into it because my older brother played sports. Like, we grew up together. He did baseball. He did, like, Little League baseball. He didn't end up doing it in high school. He did football for like a little bit, and then he decided he didn't want to do it anymore.
I know her brother. I'm not trying to be a creep.
No, he was a trainer on the team, so he knew him.
I knew him actually before I met you.
I know, which is kind of weird, right?
He was in my history class.
Oh, was he?
In 9th grade, he was in my history class.
I know this is gonna be a stupid question. I know, right? This is gonna be a stupid question because I always forget. What year did we meet? Did we meet sophomore or junior?
It was junior because I was in your class before. No.
Was it?
Was it?
I thought it was sophomore,
switching.
Though.
I remember switching
junior,
science classes.
Oh, because who was our teacher? I can't even remember what her name was.
Hamilton?
I think it might have been. I believe so.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was 11th grade.
Yeah, okay.
Because I dropped all my classes and was only taking like 2.
That's right. Because you were doing...
I was doing collegiate.
The collegiate at the college.
Right.
Our community college. But, yeah. I don't know why they just popped in my head. I just thought about it. I was like, wait. Because I always forget.
Me, you, and Maria were in the same science class. Mm-hmm. And that's when we met through her. Mm-hmm. And then I left.
Which was weird.
After like a semester.
Yeah.
Or half a semester.
And then he was like basically at the college though.
Yeah. The rest of the time. I was still taking 2 classes at the high school for my junior year, but after that it was no more. Mm-hmm. Thank God. I'm sorry, no offense.
No, I understand.
It was not you.
I totally get it. It's the school.
It was I want to say it was the kids in the school.
No, but if it was the kids in school,
but it was also like
kind of
it was also the staff.
Yeah, I understand.
Like,
oh, I know. I remember.
For me, being someone that never got in trouble, to be yelled at for like not really anything it's annoying.
It is.
Because like when I first started doing the collegiate high school in my junior year, I would have to take that first class in the morning at the high school, and then for my rest of the classes I would go to the college. So I don't know if you remember that security lady with the blonde hair.
I do not, but okay.
We're completely going off topic.
I know, but it's fine. It's no boundaries here.
I know. It's just, like, I'm really, like, upset about this still, and I should really just let it go, because it's
maybe this will help you. Maybe this will help you let it go.
Right.
Talking about it.
But, so I was leaving to go to the rest of my classes at the college, and I was walking to my car. I parked in the back because it was always easier for me to park in the back than anywhere else. And so I was walking to my car and the bell had rang, I guess, and everyone had went to class. And right before I was walking out of the door, she stopped me and said, "Where do you think you're going?" Like as if I was going to like ditch class or something. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to my next class at the college, and I showed her my my schedule because I had printed it out and had it like in my ID thing. So I pulled it out and showed it to her, and she goes, "Oh no, you need to go get a pass from the front office."
What? Why?
From the front office.
I know, that's like
so
ridiculous.
I was like, "Are you serious? Like you're gonna make me late for my class?" She was like, "Yeah, you need to go right now if you think you're gonna go leave the school like that."
God.
And I was like,
"Girl."
I was like, okay, bitch. Like, so, like, I looked at her, rolled my eyes, walked to the front, all the way to the front office from the back of the school.
Yeah.
Sat there for, like, a good 10 minutes and was, like, so over it. And they finally gave me the little pass that I needed. Walked back to the very back of the school, and she was gone.
Of course she was.
And I was like, seriously? Like, I'm going to be late for my college class, which you never took because you're a dumb hooker. Like, fucking harassing teenage kids who are trying to get an education.
They did that a lot, though. Like, you would just be, like trying to hurry to your class.
I should have reported her for that.
You probably should have, but, you know.
I mean, she doesn't. I don't think she works there anymore, to be honest.
I have no idea.
Really
I haven't been to the new school since I haven't been in there.
I heard things from people that graduated later. That's why I don't think she's there anymore. Oh, thank God. She was a horrible person. Like she would always yell at someone.
But I feel like I know.
Bullshit.
I do feel like I know who you're talking about, but I don't.
She was like I don't want to say she was big, but she was like
kind of.
Like she was like top heavy. Like she had big breasts and she was kind of like stocky, but she was like thin. Like when it came to like her legs and her waist, like not thin like toothpick, but like average-ish. But she was like really like beefy. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And that fucking nasty bleach blonde hair.
Oh God.
I was like, you need to stop with the bleach. Just let it go gray. Let it go back to the color it was.
People don't like to change their they don't like when they go gray, and I just think that's interesting to me. I don't mind when I go get that to that point. I won't mind. I
won't either, but just don't do that to your head. Like that's how you lose hair. Anyways, back to something else, because I'm getting heated about that.
Okay. So, is sports still the thing that you still can't get behind sports?
I can't.
Even though your partner is kind of football dude?
I mean, he's
not really kind of. I mean, he's interested in it.
Like, he'll watch the game and be, like, passionate about it, but, like, every time he watches the game, he'll mute it.
Oh, God. Does he watch it muted? Or does he...
Like, sometimes he'll watch it with the sound, but, like, say if I'm watching a YouTube video or doing something on the computer and, like, I have volume on or something.
Yeah.
He'll mute it so that I can enjoy what I'm doing, but still be able to watch the game.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever.
That's interesting, actually.
But, like, I'm completely for his team.
Yeah.
So whatever teams he's rooting for, I'll root for.
I think that's good. Because I think it's kind of funny. I don't think it's bad, but I think it's funny when couples they don't agree on the same thing, so they're always fighting about stuff.
I've seen some couples on
in our family, they're split between Cowboys and Texans, and I think that's... Yeah. I don't know. It makes me so. Except my brother is the only one who does. He's for the Patriots, obviously. Yeah. But which is kind of funny.
The main two.
Well, that's because we're in Texas, obviously, which is kind of weird. I don't care for either of them. I like JJ Watts. He's cute. He's a cute guy. But that's about.
I told you I've met him before.
What?
Yeah.
You can tell me the
without
story.
Knowing.
But tell me the story.
Okay.
Because I need to know.
I can't say I was really meeting him,
but you might have saw him.
I crossed paths with him.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was working at Academy,
yeah,
and I probably shouldn't say that I was working at Academy.
They're not gonna listen to this. It don't matter.
They could, and they'd be like, "Oh no."
Whatever.
Anyways, I was working at Academy, and I was in the apparel section, like doing with the clothes and such, and like, I was getting ready to leave my shift for the day, and, like, I did not know him at the time, didn't know anything about him. I heard his name before, obviously, because I worked there, and they had his jerseys everywhere, and, like, shirts that said JJ or Watt or JJ Watt or whatever, and his numbers on it. Did not know what he looked like, did not know... Obviously, I knew he was a football player, but didn't know anything about him, so... I was leaving work, like, I clocked out like I normally do. The clock out thing is, like, in the front of the store, like, and you walk out and there's the door, like, to the right. And I saw this, like, tall, like, blonde guy. And, like, I just, like, kind of looked at him and just kept walking out of the store. Came back the next day to work, and everyone was like, "Did you see JJ Watt? He was here. Oh my God, he was shopping and everything. It was so crazy." I was like... Who's JJ Watt?
It's amazing.
Like, again, like, I knew who it was, but I was like, JJ Watt. I'm like the football guy? Like, why was he here?
So
like,
funny,
I don't understand. Like, I was just so, like, dumbfounded. Like, I didn't care, like, at all. But I was like, okay, that's cool. He was like, "You walked right past him." I was like, "No, I didn't."
That's so amusing, though.
They didn't say I walked right past him, but I walked right past him.
You walked right past him.
I'm like, whatever. Like, y'all are crazy. It's just some football guy. Some famous football player. Just walking into our store nonchalantly.
That's hilarious.
Just like the same thing with Rosie O'Donnell at Target.
Yeah. I heard about that. Apparently that was at my Target. Or they said something about her coming to that Target also. I don't know.
Oh. She definitely came to the Galveston Target when I was
think you told me about that one. Yeah.
Which I just thought was the weirdest shit. Like, I didn't see her. I saw her get in the car, but I didn't know it was her because I couldn't see her. I just saw, like an old van with, like, a bunch of, like, lesbians, like, bumper stickers and shit. And I was like...
But that's kind of amazing
and
at the same time.
I looked at it and I was like, okay, like... Pride on, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I literally was walking into work, and they were like, "Rosie O'Donnell was just here, and she just left." I was like, what the fuck? And that was her car, and I was like, shut the fuck up. What is happening? Like, why didn't she come say hi to me?
Yeah.
I'm her fan. just kidding. I'm like
indifferent.
Not for or
indifferent.
against.
You're indifferent.
And they were like, yeah, and they were just saying stuff that she was doing. I was like, oh, ooh. I don't want to get into that because I don't want beef. That's what they were telling me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, indirectly
like cross paths
with two famous people.
That's kind of cool, actually. The lesbian both my secrets. So I don't know why they're just amusing to me.
Like, I don't know if they were like directly lesbian bumper stickers,
but they were
one
like
was like
directed
definitely a
towards,
rainbow and like the little upside down triangle thing with the rainbow, like the pink, purple, and whatever color. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like,
that's neat.
Didn't think anything of it at all. Mm-hmm. Just another Target shopper and enjoying or not enjoying their experience.
Because you get both, you definitely get both.
She was not enjoying her experience.
But I'm just saying in general. They're either having a good time at Target or having a bad time at Target.
There's no in between.
There's something they can be, it just depends. But, what?
That's me, I'm always in between.
I don't know. I guess
probably because I've worked there.
I probably shouldn't say that I work there, but I do.
You probably shouldn't.
Oh, well.
Too late.
Too late.
We probably shouldn't be saying like city names either.
Same thing. Whatever.
Too late.
I'm not gonna say that right now. Anyway, next question.
Yes.
Share an experience that you've had that's been kind of embarrassing towards something you were like super into, like when talking to someone else, or someone asked you about something. Like, I don't know.
That's like every conversation I have about like anything related to
I know,
drag.
but just pick one.
Okay. I guess I'll have to say, because I'll like randomly start listening to like say Alaska Thunderfuck's album or listen to Bianca Del Rio.
If you don't know who that is, they're drag queens.
I mean, I just thought that though.
I know,
or I'll
but
listen to Bianca Del Rio's like stand-up stuff or something, but I'll play it loud like while I'm like counting the deposit money or recovering the store. Or, like doing whatever task I'm doing at the time, like in the middle of the store with other employees around, because like no one really cares, and they'll stop and be like, "What are you listening to?" They'll stop and stare at me like for like a good like 5 minutes before asking me what it is I'm listening to, or they'll come over like from a completely other side of the store and like look at me, then look at what I'm watching and be like, "What is this?" And I'm like,
it's amazing.
It's just so and so.
I love when people kind of like never seen drag before or something, and then they see that type of stuff when they're like, "What is this? What is this world?"
But then like, I'll tell them more about that particular queen or another queen or something that like just comes to mind, and like kind of like show them that person's like niche, that person's like style or whatever, and they'll like start getting really into it and then start venturing off and like discovering things on their own. And I'm like, oh shit.
That's kind of cool though at the same time.
Yeah, because it's like I'm educating people about like drag and drag culture, and it's a really good feeling.
Yeah, I would say so too, because I've done that with stuff also, like especially Marvel stuff, because a lot of people don't know. Like, I know people who are, everyone's usually interested in Marvel anyway, because they're like the biggest, especially the movies.
There are a lot of blockbusters.
But like a lot of people don't know about the Netflix shows. And they'll be like, "But what's that
or
about?" Or
like the extra superheroes, like the ones like in comics and such. Like they don't know about those.
Because there's some
like,
there's
really?
a new.
You've never heard of those before? Like so, I don't read them personally.
I don't read them, but I find them out for some reasons or whatever.
I'll know if I see a roster of superheroes. I'll know what each one looks like or what each one like what their superpower is.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you not know that? Like,
right. But like, some people aren't it's not their thing. It's not what they're into. Which is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast was to kind of, because I have friends who like all kinds of stuff. So I was like, that would be kind of neat to kind of explore They're different interests.
The nerdiness.
Yes, exactly. Let's explore our nerdy side, It's just to let it out, because some people can't do that all the time.
Oh, I do it all the time.
I know you do it all the time. I've known you for, like, a long time now, so I know. We're both big dorks all the time, so it doesn't even matter. We're, like, unapologetic about it. Like, I know I am.
I know.
I'm super unapologetic about it. Was there any other embarrassing, like, anything more embarrassing than that?
Probably not embarrassing.
Or anything uncomfortable?
Not necessarily.
No?
Like, unless it comes to, like me actually being in drag and then, like, doing something and be like, oh.
Oh, like a person who's not really used to someone being in drag or whatever?
Not necessarily. I mean, like, along the lines of me going out in drag, like, say, like, how we did at the convention.
Yeah.
Where I'll go out in drag and just kind of be, like, almost uncomfortable because, like, I feel like I'm seeing people staring at me and, like, kind of looking like, what?
That's because they're not... One, I think you're really the only drag queen here, really.
I'm the only good drag queen because
I've seen
a couple guys dressing as women.
Oh no, I saw that, but I don't think they were intending to like look good.
With zero makeup, with zero like.
They look like a dude. Clearly look like a dude.
Clearly look like a dude in a woman's costume, and
like buff dudes, some like really big dudes, big fat dudes,
bearded dudes.
No offense, sorry, but dude. Like sometimes I do love the discussion that it doesn't matter what your body type is, you can cosplay, but there are limits to that rule. I feel like,
see, the thing with me in cosplaying, I feel like you should definitely pick someone that's more similar to your body style and similar to your, like something you can easily pull off without completely going.
The dudes, I don't understand though, because we see them at every con we go to though.
Everyone.
I feel like everyone does. I'm sure there's photos everywhere over the internet of, like, just that.
Oh my god, like, my favorite picture is, like, the really big guy that's, like, bald and, like, with a really hairy stomach that's dressed like Sailor Moon.
I have not seen this.
You can tell he's balding, but he has, like, the Sailor Moon wig on, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like, what are you doing? Don't do that. It's just ridiculous. He's, like, standing in the middle of the street with some, like sporty sunglasses or something.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, it is. He has the glasses on, but I may be wrong. I may just be making that up in my head to make it sound better.
Okay, so if you could have one nerdy experience, like meeting someone in, like, I guess the drag world or whatever, like, video game world, who would that be, and, like, what would you wish would happen?
So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I've met a lot of the Drag Race queens.
You have, because I was with you
over a span of time.
I was with you. Was it last year?
I think so.
At the club we went to.
It was last year, or maybe the year before.
Something like that. It was two different. Wasn't it 2 nights? Back to back?
I don't remember. I think it was one of the Pride weekend things.
It might be. I think Bianca and someone else.
Adore.
Was it Adore?
It was. I know you were there for Adore.
I was there for Bianca too, because I remember.
Oh yeah, because that's where Natalie and Jo Beth gave her the picture, and their mom was there, and we were like, "What the fuck?" They just like randomly showed up, and we were like,
right.
"What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the back-to-back.
Which was kind of, that was actually really cool. I remember that.
But like, I'm gonna go off on another tangent.
That's cool.
But my answer for your question would be RuPaul of all the queens.
Dude.
Because she's the queen of the queens.
Of course.
She's Mama Ru.
Mama Ru, yes.
But the only time I would really want to meet her is on the show.
Well, yeah. Well, would you want to meet her outside the show though? Not at all?
I mean, after I'm on the show,
yeah,
because I won't really have a choice. I'll have to like communicate back and forth, anyways. But I definitely want to meet her when I'm on the show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my end goal. That is my dream goal in life, is to be on RuPaul's Drag Race.
That's true.
For those of you who wanted to know. But what I was going to say is, going back to what we were talking about when you said you came with me to see Bianca Del Rio.
Yeah.
So more recently, when she came back to Houston, I was in drag to go see her with a friend of mine. And we eventually met up with my partner, like, way before he was my partner.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was weird. And he was like, because I just sent out a friendly text, because I was friends with him at the time. And I was like, hey, are y'all out? Like, are y'all out tonight, or are you out tonight? And he was like, yeah, we're at such and such, here to see Bianca Del Rio. And I was like, what? Like, I'm out here seeing her too. I'm in drag and, like, here with my friend. And, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was in some busted drag. Like, this was before I really got a handle of, like, blending and, like, kind of making myself look more presentable. Actually getting a handle of my eye makeup. Right now I'm, like, more focused on the contouring part, which
I think you've gotten really good at that.
Which is
from just watching you the past couple days.
Yeah,
of that,
it's coming along.
cool.
It's not bad now. I'm just trying to really focus on making sure that that's getting better. But, like, my contour was shit when, like, that night. My eye makeup was, it wasn't bad, but, like, it wasn't good. It was like, I had, like spots on my shoulder that I didn't cover up because I was wearing, like a weird tank kind of thing. My midsection was not cinched. The corset I have did not cinch me in enough because I had bought, like, a size too big, so I couldn't get, like, the thinness that I needed.
Yeah.
That was before I had pads, so I had no ass at all. It was rough.
Yeah.
So we go to, like, and right in front of the stage, like, right before she comes on the stage, and she has all these people, like, lined up on the stage. She, like, picks, like, different minorities to come up on the stage, and then she picks the one drunk white girl.
Oh, God.
I was like, of course you have to pick the one drunk white girl. So she lines them up on stage and has them do, like, take turns doing, like, a lip sync battle to one of RuPaul's songs. It was the funniest shit ever. But, like, once she had those people done, she looked at my friend and told her, you right there, you come up here and show them how it's done. Because she was, like, she's a very voluptuous, beautiful, black woman with a huge badonkey. Like, huge badonkey. I love her to death. So she's trying to get my friend to come up on stage. And my friend's like, no, I can't. She couldn't get up on the stage at the time. This was before they had actually put stairs for people to get on the stage. So, like, it's like a put your hands down
shit.
and,
no,
like,
man. I
jump
can't
up
do that.
on the stage kind of thing. Unless you're one of the queens, and you can just kind of, like, walk around and go to the little back door thing that they have. But, so she was, like, trying to tell Bianca that she could not get on the stage, like, at all. And she turned around and looked at me and trying to, like, pull me by the arm. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm trying to record her at the time because I thought it was hilarious. And, like, they're, like, pushing me up onto the stage to go up there. And I'm like, oh, fuck no. So, like, I kind of, like, put my phone in my purse real quick and was, like, so scared. And, like, they pushed me on the stage. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm on stage with Bianca Del Rio. And I look like shit. And she was like, oh, a drag queen. I was like, fuck. And she was like, what's your name, hun? And I was like, I don't know, that's not actually what she said. Someone has a video somewhere. And she's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Ariel. She's like, you do look something, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to be up here. I don't want to be up here like the entire time, and she makes me do like the same thing that she's made that other people do is like the lip sync battle, and I'm like, fuck, I do not know how to dance. I can lip sync. I'm good at lip syncing. I'm really good at lip syncing, but I cannot dance at all. So the song comes on, and I'm like waiting for it and trying to like it's like the little part before the actual song comes on, so I'm kind of like just like moving with it. I'm just moving with it, and I'm like, I start lip syncing, and I'm just like doing like stupid shit with my hands, and just kind of like walking back and forth on the stage, and like a song cuts, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm getting off the stage. She was like, how enchanting! You almost put the audience to sleep. I was like, oh my god.
Oh man.
Then but after when they did the meet and greet thing, she was like, "You're such a wonderful sport. Like, how long have you been doing drag?" And yada yada yada. And she was like, really the nicest fucking person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like she'll be a bitch and like just to be funny on stage,
of course,
but like behind all that, she's
that's on it.
really,
Not,
really
I can't
nice.
say all of them, but some of them are like that. I said some. I didn't say all.
I don't want to. Or say something and get into that conversation.
I know. I know drag queens are they're queens for sure. But yeah. But I think that's cool though that you had a good interaction post show because it could have turned in a different direction completely. Okay.
She could have been like, "What were you thinking?"
Oh God. That would have been
That's what I thought she was
gonna
do, but I really wanted to meet her. Like,
yeah.
Because I think that was the first time I'd actually met her in a meet and greet. I don't know. I don't think we did it last time.
I think you did Adore last
we
time.
did.
Right?
We did the meet and greet with Adore.
Yeah.
Adore is my favorite.
Obviously.
But we didn't do the Bianca Del Rio one. We kind of like left like right after she was done performing, and But that was that story.
That was that story. That's neat though.
It was. And scary. Like,
well, yeah, obviously scary because you weren't prepared for that.
Oh, but if she comes back,
you'll be ready.
You remember me, bitch?
That would actually
Ariel of the motherfucking sea. Look at me,
dude.
Face.
I feel like we're gonna have to have a part 2 of this, like later on if that happens. Like,
oh my god!
Just for that story.
Just for the rest of that story.
We gotta know how that wrapped up.
Well, like when I met Ginger Minge, when my makeup was somewhat getting better, she actually noticed it and she was like, "Wow, you have really good eye makeup," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she liked my dress. I don't know if have I shown you that dress? The blue sailor dress with the skull?
Yeah.
That's the one I was wearing, and she loved
cute.
that dress, and she was like, "How did you get that beautiful blue eye makeup on?" And I was like, "Girl, that's just Elf. That's the one I was using, poor bitch makeup."
That's super cheap makeup. You can get at Target.
Oh, I'm sure they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a lot of people use it, so I don't know.
But like now, I'm starting to use like more like well-known, expensive brands.
But really good brand.
It really works for me, and that's really all what drag is kind of like finding things that work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Work for what your aesthetic is. Work for your look. Work for what you're going for. So it works for me. Might not work for you. Might work for you. Heads or tails. You never know.
Everyone's different though, so face, colors, whatever.
I'm one of those grungy 90s, 80s
It's so
girls.
true. Cause I didn't even start with this, but we're at a con, or we're at our place.
We're
where
taking
staying
a break right
now. We got one more day tomorrow, but we're at PAX South in San Antonio. So, if you were here, you weren't here, but you know what I mean. If you're at the con, we were near.
You definitely saw me walking around.
You
I was
did.
the drag queen.
You were the drag queen.
Hailing over everybody.
But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this episode.
Yay!
And I'll be back next week with a new one. Who knows who's going to be on it next? You'll just have to tune in to find out. I know who it is, but
they don't.
y'all don't know who it is yet. So, you have anything you want to plug or anything before we go?
Actually,
What's up?
So we actually just recorded. I say we. It's not we.
It's
Daisha and Ariel recorded a talk show-esque
thing.
video.
Which might actually be up before this podcast gets up.
Probably.
Because
it's definitely going to go up immediately as soon as I get home.
I have editing to do for I did a lot of vlogging.
Yeah.
And this will probably be coming
I have editing
week,
to do,
probably.
but it's just probably not going to be as much as yours.
Yeah. I still might edit stuff out because, whatever. Because I'm going to have to look over my footage. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it's just...
But, was that all you wanted to play?
Yeah, just go follow me on YouTube.
Do you remember your YouTube?
That's what I'm trying to think of right now.
Do you need to Google your YouTube on your phone? He his brain farted.
Oh my god, it really just did.
He had a brain fart. I know. Alright.
Okay, so the link is youtube.com/AMP, my initials, play, you're playing something, PLAY, and it'll be up probably before next week, hopefully.
I think this one will be up next week.
So it'll be up this week.
I'll have vlogs.
It'll be up already.
This week, and yeah.
And go follow us on
on all the
Facebook
things and whatnot,
Instagram and YouTube and
all
Twitter,
the things, all that will be in the description. Snap. This is also going on SoundCloud because I ain't gonna try to get into the iTunes game right now. No. I'm just doing SoundCloud and YouTube, and that's it. That's where this is this thing. So in case y'all are looking for it, it'll be, and obviously if you follow me on Twitter, you'll find out first.
Yay,
but yeah, that's this episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you thought, and I will see y'all next time.
Adios.
Bye.